article I read. The title is "Why Even Worse Bloggers Are Making Us Smile." Well, this is an article from Clive Thompson, and he starts to talk about a young woman, a Kenyan young woman that were a student in US, and she was so obsessed about politics, and she used to discuss politic topics with her classmates and teachers at university, and she didn't like to accept the other one's ideas, and she was so like she didn't change her mind about what she thought, and until one day somebody suggested her to start a blog. So in the next 7 years, she she did so many posts like about her country. Her country were one of the most her country were one of the most corrupted, that had the most corrupted system in politics. It had a lot of corruption, and she were talking about it too much. Well, the thing is that before that she didn't talk too much about when she discussed. She didn't have an audience. Her audience were smaller. She were now able to write more and better and think critically. Before she just, if somebody told her something like about politics, she had her own opinions and didn't accept the other ones. But after she started her blog, she received more critics, and she were able to had her own opinions, not just what her have learned in her country. Well, to explain more, I'll talk about studies that were made by Vanderbilt University. They said that when the effort of communication with someone else makes us pay more attention and learn more about what we are saying. If I write a test or an article and I don't have critic, I don't have. It is difficult for me to improve, to get new ideas and put it in my article. So they made an experience with young children that were aged 4 to 5, and the kids there were 3 groups of children. The kids were shown colored bags, and there were patterns. Yes, there were patterns of colored bags, and they were asked to guess, to tell what were the next sequence. So the first group of kids just had to answer. They had the right answers, but they just repeated and recorded the answers. The second group recorded an explanation of what they explained. And the third group they solved more difficult puzzles, problems, and had to explain that in front of an audience that were their mothers. And they noticed that the first group had the worst performance, and the second one had a better performance than the first one, but the third one had the best performance and solved more puzzles than the first two ones. So the thing is that that is called audience effect, and that is something that blogs have. And when you post something in your blog, you expect the other peoples from all over the world to see it and give their feedback. So that's why blogs can make us smarter. Thanks.